Hello, and welcome to the first day of July's daily spiritual practice, our daily devotion, broadcast at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and enjoy it at whatever time you enjoy it. I've heard from several of our practicing community that they prefer to listen at the end of the day and not at the beginning of the day. So there is no correct way to enjoy it. I'm just glad that we're together. We're using 365, Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the movement now known as Centers for Spiritual Living. And we are halfway through the book, July 1st. So at the beginning of each month, and now I will read from the Kindle version, there are some quotes to introduce the theme for the month. And because Dr. Holmes was writing to a North American audience, he would often speak to the theme of freedom in July, which is typical for North Americans to celebrate. Of course, freedom is celebrated all across the world at different times of the year. So July's theme for freedom, Dr. Holmes's quote is, "Even the spirit," meaning the divine, "does not seek to control us. It lets us alone to discover ourselves." It's a powerful statement and a reminder that we have the freedom to help or to harm. The second quote for the month from Dr. Holmes is, "We have thought that outside things controlled us, when all the time we have had that within that could have changed everything and given us freedom." So the that within he's talking about is the power of our creative thought and our freedom, our ability to respond to that which is going on around us. As is the case sometimes, today's reading is got a little preface, a little lesson. So July 1 is, "I am free with the freedom of the divine." And there is a quote from the Christian Testament from Galatians at the beginning. I'm going to pass by on that for the moment. Here's what the beginning lesson says. "We all wish to be free, but at the same time, we ought to realize that liberty does not mean we can do absolutely anything that we want. To say that we are free with the freedom of the divine does not mean that we are free to do something that contradicts the divine nature." Very important, because sometimes people will imagine that in our teaching we teach you can be, do, and think anything you want. It should have in parentheses, "as long as it is in alignment with the divine nature." So that points to how important it is to contemplate the divine nature, and the best as we are able from our human experience to understand the divine that is within us and then sync with it. He goes on to say, we are free only in that freedom that the divine is. The freedom to be alive, to enjoy, to participate in life, to respond with interest. We are free to love. We are free to give. We have a whole bunch of freedom, and here's the condition: that the freedom harms no one and hurts no thing. And he says, this freedom, this is enough. Because if we were free to do something that is destructive, it would end up destroying ourselves. So there you have it. So that's why he says we always pray, and he's quoting from the Christian Testament, "Thy will be done." Even while at the same time we know that within this will of the divine, there's enough scope, enough room for personal self-expression, plenty of room to move about and express life in a variety of diverse ways, but not in conflict with or in contrast with the divine nature. So I can't say, well, I'm free to punch you on the nose. No, that would be in contrast to the divine nature, which is to love and to accept and to embrace. So let us settle in then the breath for the contemplative portion of the reading. Today I am free with the freedom of the divine. And today I express this freedom joyfully. I think of it with deep gratitude. I think of the giver of all life within. And I think of my deep inward sense of union with the whole. In my own thoughts, in my own feelings, I imagine myself as being free, complete, and in sync with the divine within. In my feelings, I reach into that place where the divine is, and I affirm that its freedom is my freedom, and I am in sync with it. Today, I include my physical body in this freedom. Today, I include every activity that I participate in. And as I move through the world, I expand my awareness to include new experiences with a sense of adventure, feeling and sensing that everything is being created from the same power that creates everything. So today I move with freedom, with abandonment, with the feeling that all things are working together, and with the deep and sincere desire to live in such a way that my freedom is given to others, so that we may all feel that we are in partnership, harmoniously so, with the divine. I am free with the freedom of the divine. And today I manifest this freedom joyfully, gratefully, in my own imagination. I see myself and all beings as free. And today I recommit to living in harmony with the spiritual nature of the living spirit within. And so it is. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you in advance for sharing this post or letting your friends know about it. And have a blessed day.